Hello, welcome to TechWeb. As you remember, in our last session, I told you I will discuss the Azure functions connecting with Azure Web App that will be based on Node.js or React.js, and we'll also discuss the code setup. So the best way to explain this setup is we first have to create a couple of things, and in that we have to create one project that will be based on Node.js so I can explain you better. And second, we have to create an Azure App Service with Node.js setup. Correct? So we'll proceed with these two concepts in this session, and then we will discuss the connectivity in the next part. And this session again is part of a Azure Functions with Python for Beginner series. So the link of the series given in the description of this video. So let's move ahead. So very first thing on which I will be focusing, that will be creating a simple Hello World Node.js project from scratch using VS Code and prepare a GitHub repo. Why GitHub repo? So we can use it immediately when we will be creating the Azure App Service with web app based on the Node.js, and we can easily select the repo, and we can also prepare our CI/CD pipeline very easily. Okay. So let me take you to the VS Code quickly. This is my VS Code. Let me increase the font size for better visibility. So you must be seeing there are a couple of files and folder and the code. So don't worry, this is super simple piece of code. Okay, so I will solve all your questions, but you still have any, you can just pause the video and just leave your comment. I will answer. Okay, but let me explain what I did. So Visual Studio Code, right? We have been using so far with our Python function app development as well, right? So you are already familiar with this. Next, what I did, I create one simple folder which is node.js app. Okay, node-js-app, right? And under that I have created one simple file which is app.js. Why? This will work as my node.js file, or you can say this is the very first point where my application will be loaded. And what I need, HTTP module, okay, and hostname I am giving to running this project locally. I am setting the port here, or the port can also be set up by the process environment where when this application will be hosted on the Azure. Okay, now I am creating a server here. Here we have the request and response. Response we are setting 200, content type text or plain, okay, which is because we are writing simple text to the output console, right? Hello world by TechWeb dots, very simple line. And at the end, right, we will see where all these things we will be listening. So I'm making a console line server running at the rate HTTP because it is we are running locally, so we can use HTTP, and we are mapping it host name colon port name. Very simple one, the only one file. But remember, to run this thing right, you should be having Node.js and npm on your machine, right? How you can check? You can see at the bottom right, you can easily install. I will leave the link in the description of this video from where you can easily install Node.js. Okay, if I type here note node-v, hit enter, we can see the version, it's the version 22.16. Similarly, npm-v, hit enter. So this is also installed, right? So once you go to node.org, you can simply install the packages. That is the on-screen instructions that you have to follow, and that's it, right? You're good to go. You come here and you create this simple file. Okay, but before that, one more thing, right? As a general practice, package.json is also required. And in that you will see we are giving very basic information. The name of the package JSON, okay, the version of this, the description about this application, and what is the main file, means what will be the starting point of this application, which is app.js, okay. And in the script part, we are telling to the runner node space app.js to run this application. Okay, this script or this package.json file is mandatory for Node.js application. Okay, right now we are using this application. You can think like the first point or the first instruction point, but ideally in ideal scenario, Node.js will use for the backend purpose. But for now, we will be using our Python function as a backend, and this Node.js application will also interact with our Python Azure function. Okay. And if we talk about why we are not using the front end, yes, we can use the front end. And for the same, for front end, we should use the React.js, right? And React.js also works on top of our Node.js. Okay, so Node.js is the underlying base layer which is mandatory. Either we are developing application for Node.js or React.js. Okay, even we will discuss when we will creating the Azure App Service, that will also be based on the Node.js. Either we are running the React.js application or Node.js application. I will show you in a moment, so don't worry about that. So two files we have discussed. Third one is the simple readme file. This is the instructions file, right? How you can install npm. You can do npm start or you can use node app.js. Very simple, correct? Git ignore, there's nothing much. It is simply node modules. We are not using any because we are considering these modules will be downloaded at runtime when we will deploy this application on the Azure. Simple, right? Right now, I'm not discussing about this GitHub because this will be auto-generated for us when we will be using the GitHub repo in our Azure App Service. Okay, now let's see if this application is running. Let me clear the screen. Okay, no, wrong command. CLS, yeah. So let me run node app.js and hit enter. So now I can see this is giving in the same format HTTP 127. So on this server that we have created, our application will be listening. So what message we will be seeing? Hello world by TechWeb dots and this special symbol. So let me go here and follow the link and let's see what it is showing to us. Here we go. You can see the symbol not converted into a beautiful outlook, but that's fine. But we can verify the output, correct? So we are good here, right? Our very first application is working, right? And don't worry about any piece of code, anything. I will leave everything prepared and ready to use for you in the form of GitHub repo so you can easily get it. Okay. So for this setup, I have already given, right, in the GitHub repo. You must be thinking about this web.config file. I will discuss it later. Okay, so don't worry, I will come back on this. So if you go to the GitHub, if you go to the GitHub official account of TechWeb so you will see this Node.js app GitHub repo is already available, which is very helpful for you to set up your very first project. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. Okay, till this point, very simple thing, right? And a straightforward setup we have done, created the Node.js project with VS Code, and we are prepared for the GitHub repo. Simple, we just need to push the code. Second important thing, what is that? We have to create a Azure Web App or Azure App Service for web application, correct? And in that, we will be using the same GitHub repo that I have just shown you, okay? So let's go to the Azure portal and see how we can create the Azure App Service for the same purpose. If you see my screen, you will be able to see this is my Azure portal. Okay. And if I go here and go for the app service, okay, I have already created one, but I will again repeat the same steps for you so you can easily understand. If I click here, web app, static web app plus database, and WordPress on app service. So the most suitable option for us here is the Azure web app for us. I have enlarged the font size and the screen size for better visibility. If you go to the resource group, yeah, this is my desired resource group. Okay, I have to give the app name here. So I'm saying React app. Okay, and I'm saying, okay, secure unique default domain name. No, I'm saying no. I want to check. Let's say 0011. Let's see if it is available. Yeah, it is available, right? But remember, I have created one, but I am just doing it for you to showcase what settings we are picking here. So I'm picking code because I want to pick the code from GitHub. Okay, the runtime is tag. If you see here, the region selected we are seeing here Central Canada or Canada Central, right? But what I wanted to select here is Central India, right? Which is very close to me. And now if I go to the runtime stack, you see we have the .NET, Java, Node, PHP, and Python. And as I said, even you wanted to do for Node.js or React.js, React for front end, Node for back end, right? So it should be Node.js only, Node.js based app service. Now, if you go to the Linux one, okay, we are picking the Linux operating system and we go to the Linux plan. If I click here, the one will be auto created here. That is fine. And the pricing plan. Now, if I want to use the pricing plan, free one, right, it will not work, right? The Linux combination with the free one, it will not work, right? The multiple options will be disabled for us the moment we pick the free plan. And most of the options will be eligible for you to use the moment we use the basic plan. I will show you in detail what I am talking about. For example, if I click here Linux 1 and giving the name here, okay, if I move next, so see the database says you must be having at least basic one, but for the demonstration purpose, I have used the free one, okay. The database not required in this case, deployment, even the continuous deployment, okay. What it is saying, the configuration deployment with GitHub Actions during the creation is not supported for your selections of operating system and app service plan. Okay, if we go back to the basic tab, remember we have selected what? Linux one. But the moment I choose Windows, it will give me the option to use Windows operating system with the free tier. You see, pricing plan free is eligible. We can click on next, right? This is fine. We don't want to use database, but now you can see the continuous deployment option is available for me. I want to make it enable here. Okay. I have already logged into my organization, but you can easily change here. The moment you click on change, you can see all your available options. You can log in and connect your GitHub repo. Very simple. Organization, you will select. Repo, you will select here. In my case, it will be Node. Okay. I select this one, the branch, all that we have, right? Even we can see the workflow configuration file. So what will happen? The moment you go to the next, right, basic authentication, we are keeping it false. If you go to the next one, right, so it will automatically create a one new workflow file in your repo. I will show you, don't worry about it. Networking, we are not more focusing on the networking at this point of time, but we are making sure we are making it publicly available. So once we deploy our application, so everyone can access it. So let's make it public on, okay, click on next, monitoring and security purpose. We can add more options here, but that will be suitable for the more professional scenario when we are actually deploying the enterprise application. So for now, we are not enabling the application inside. So we can test this scenario without spending much. Okay, Defender not required as of now. So let's move to tags, right? These are optional. And if we click on next, right, it will show us whatever options that we have selected so far. Okay, so everything is validated. You can see here what options we have selected. And the moment you will see create here, so new web app will be created with the desired repository that we have selected. Okay, so after a few moments, your service will be created. Okay, so if I show you the application that we have created so far, but if we go to the configuration section, correct, we can verify this is exactly same configuration that I have just shown to you. Okay, this is our node stack, 32-bit, it's all integrated. Okay, so everything is available here. We can see all the properties, default, path mapping, error page. This is all default things. Okay, and now it has actually deployed our application. If we go to the overview section, okay, and if I try to browse, right, it will not work. Why? Remember, there was a file. What was the file name? Web.config. If you see this VS Code editor, you must be seeing web.config is never required for the Node.js application. This web.config is majorly required when we are working or developing some kind of our .NET application, correct? But when we are selecting the workload for the Azure App Service for the web application, and if we have selected the Windows, right, only in that case this web config is required, right? And this is the standard one. You don't need to make any special changes. It is only that if your path is getting changed, then you can make some modification here, right? Otherwise, you can use this file as it is. This is simple configuration, which is giving the permission on the IIS module in the IIS server for reading or writing the directories. Okay, that is the purpose of this web.config, because we have selected not the Linux container, but the Windows one. Okay, so now the moment you add this web.config here and you push everything, so let's go back to our GitHub repo once to verify everything is there. This is our GitHub repo, right? You can see the workflow file is created the moment our application created, correct? And you can see here, right, in this file, we can see this is very simple file, and we have previously also discussed this kind of pipeline, how it works, right? On main branch, workflow dispatch, right? It means whatever changes we will make, automatically workflow will run. Okay, the runs on Windows latest because we did not select the Linux one, because Linux is actually the natively support for Node.js, but we are not using just for using the free version or the free tier eligibility in our account. Okay, but you can choose yours one. Here we can see the multiple setup, multiple use cases, setting up Node.js. Okay, so we are setting the Node.js version. It will be pulled, and then node install all required packages will be installed on the environment in the Windows container, right? All artifact will be gathered at the root path. Okay, now this is the deploy section. We are saying ID token, right? The GitHub we have mapping we have made over there. It is read or write permission, so it can read, and also creating our workflow file. Okay, this is our application name and this is our login, right? You can see the secrets are automatically created and saved inside the repo. Okay, and now the final one, deploy to Azure web app, and this is our application and this is our package path. So package path is nothing, it will look for our package.json file. Okay, so everything is here. If you have any question, if I have missed to explain something, you can drop into the comment box. Okay, and don't worry about any setting, you will get everything in the comment section. I will leave the link. Okay, so I also wanted to show you before the final output how the workflow will automatically run, right? If you come back to your solution in the VS Code, I just added one special symbol. We know this was not working locally, but I'm just adding it so our workflow will run. Okay, I'm adding it a special symbol. Okay, and commit and push. Okay, very simple, right? Our commit successfully and push also successful. Okay, if I go to here, now I can go to the GitHub repo and verify my changes are there or not. So let's go back to the GitHub portal. So let's verify in the GitHub portal. So if I just refresh, yeah, if I just refresh, yeah, we can see this is a recent change that I have just made. And if you go to action, we should see a one pipeline must be running. You see a special symbol. You must be seeing the other one, right? This is the failure one. It got failed because I did not add the web.config file at that time. Okay, and some other small adjustments, right? But our this pipeline is running. Okay, we can track it and we can see here build deployed successful. If I click here, it will show all the things here. Okay, even if I click on deploy, so it will show us what are the parts, where it is, and it is trying to deploy. So let's wait for a few seconds. So after a few seconds, everything is completed. So let's go to the Azure portal. So Azure portal can also take few moments, right? Or maybe a 1 or 2 minutes to display the recent response, right? Click here. So you will see we have the output which we were desiring. This is a special symbol not decoded in the browser, but we can see the recent output. Correct? So let's go back to the presentation and don't worry about anything. Everything is given in the description of this video. You will get everything, the code, the repo, the playlist link. Okay. So we have created one sample application successfully. We have created the Azure web app successfully, right? So I strongly recommend you, that is the only support that I need from you. Your one like, one comment, or one share. I mean, that is the only support that I always look for, right? And that really motivates us to create more such content. So in the next step, what I will do, I will update this Node.js application, add the piece of code so we can call the Python function. Okay. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.